And welcome back. We have a 2001 Nissan Quest. Now, I did start poking around this before I even started recording because I hadn't planned on recording. So you're going to see this code right here, the P0100. So don't worry about that. That's just because I was poking around already and I caused that code. But what it's here for is the P0300 and the knock sensor. We're not going to worry about that right now. So as you can see, we have multiple misfires detected. Okay, so let's just look at some more information and see what we can gather up. Here's where we get our first bits of information, and already you can tell that something's just not right here. The map sensor is just bouncing around way too much for it being at idle, and if you notice, we're jumping in and out of closed loop here, so something's definitely wrong. And now let's take a look at our upstream and downstream oxygen sensors. Okay, so looking at the oxygen sensors, there's nothing that's normal about this. I would imagine if someone else looked at this, they'd probably just put a set of oxygen sensors on the car, which is not going to fix the problem here. Another thing to consider is that this thing will not go over 2500 RPM, so that's another clue. Since we have a random misfire code, I got my Lyle spark detector here, and I like using this because it's fast and really easy to use, so you can't really argue against that. Here I am testing each of the ignition wires, and I know it's not picking up on camera very well, but each one is sending out a spark, and I don't see any of it missing or misfiring like crazy. So I don't think this is the problem. But there's also one thing to notice here. These wires and distributor cap look fairly new, so it looks like someone's been chasing this problem already. Let's go look at the scanner one more time and get some more information, and right away I'm seeing some red flags with the short-term fuel trends. We're at -25, so that's not good at all. And the fact that we have our map sensor just acting really funky on us, they kind of go hand in hand. So I think I know where I have to go next. We're gonna go have a look at this map sensor, and it's very easy to get to. So it's right here, right on the air box. It's right after the air filter, and we're just gonna remove it. It comes off pretty easy. And of course, look how dirty the filter is. Or not the filter, it's just a screen. But look how clogged that thing is. I don't think I've ever seen one this bad. Luckily, the fix for it is pretty simple. You just have to clean it out, but you don't want to use just anything on it. Go to your local auto parts store and get some MAF cleaner. The mass airflow sensor is pretty sensitive, so you don't just want to use any type of chemical on it. And now that it's reinstalled, let's go ahead and look at the scanner again, see how the vehicle is acting. Now if you're watching this video because you're having this random misfire code, cleaning out your map sensor does not mean it's going to fix your problem. There are many problems that could cause a random misfire code. But for this specific vehicle, this is what happens to be the problem, okay? But it is a very easy thing to check and to clean out, so it's worth doing on your vehicle. And here goes our very first test, which is a good indication that we're on the right track. As you can see, the car does go over 2500 RPM now. Here I'm fast forwarding the video because it is coming out of the scanner a little bit on the slow side. Now as you can see, the oxygen sensors are working great now. Okay, well maybe I shouldn't say great, they're working much better than they were before. And this is why I mentioned previously that replacing the oxygen sensors was not going to fix the problem on this van. Now something that I didn't mention earlier was that this van was actually brought to me so that I could change the spark plugs and ignition wires, you know, in hopes that it would fix their misfiring problem. Okay, so the last two things to look at is the map sensor, and the readings look much better, and we have a drastic improvement on our short-term fuel trends. Before we were at -25. You want to be as close as you can to 0, so I'd say that's a fix. And that's it for this one. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're considering subscribing, don't forget to hit that notification bell, and like always, thanks for watching.